guys! So this video is finally one that is my most requested video on this channel. So many people were requesting it, and I'm so sorry I waited so long to finally do it. So if you couldn't tell by the title, I will be doing a review on my FITBIT ALTA, which I am so excited to do. But before I get started with my video, I just wanted to invite you guys to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I love to make review videos, I love to do tutorials, and to do daily vlogs. So I really hope you guys will subscribe to my channel. Also make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up if you are excited to hear what I think about the FITBIT ALTA. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I have had my FITBIT ALTA for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months. I had it ever since it came out. I did pre-order it, and I pre-ordered it from Target, but if you guys watch my vlogs, you guys know it did not come in time, so I ended up buying it at Best Buy. So if you guys found me from my Fitbit Flex versus Fitbit Charge video, I did talk in that video how I love Fitbit in general. I don't take it too serious, but at the same time, I feel like Fitbit is such a great tool at getting you motivated and to get you up and walking and moving, and I just feel like it's a really good motivational tool. So when I heard that the Fitbit ALTA was coming out, I was an avid user at that time of the Fitbit Flex. In my Fitbit Charge HR video, I was explaining how I love the Charge HR, which I really did. However, the only problem I had with the HR, and what I've been leaving in the comments to anyone who was asking me if I still was big on the HR, was that it was just too big and clunky. While I loved the different features that the Charge HR had, it wasn't my favorite just because it wasn't very cute for like the everyday wear. And I found with my Fitbit Flex, I wore that with everything. I wore it to weddings, I wore it to when I went to the gym. I was able to wear it no matter where I went. So I always gravitated more towards my Fitbit Flex. So when I found that the Fitbit ALTA was coming out, I was so excited because it had all the features I loved. I've also had other like heart rate tracking watches as well as like fitness tracking watches. I've had the kind that count your steps and then also will alert you when you've sat for too long. I had the Garmin Vivo Active, I believe it was called, and that was like what I wore every single day. I loved it because it would tell me every single hour I needed to get up to walk, or if I didn't walk enough that hour, you had to walk a certain amount of steps before your little bar would clear. And so with Fitbit ALTA, it does the same exact thing. If you do not hit 250 steps every single hour, it will alert you and say, okay, you have this many steps to go to get your 250. And unfortunately, at the moment, 250 is the only option that you have. You can't say, hey, I want to walk more than that every single hour. You have to do just like the 250. That's the only way you get an alert. And how they came up with 250 is you can do about 250 steps in like 2 to 3 minutes, and it's scientifically proven that if you walk at least a couple of minutes every single hour, which it should absolutely be more than that, it just helps with your heart rate and it just helps you live a little bit healthier of a lifestyle. So I really just wanted a product that motivated me to move every single hour, and so that is what this product does. It reminds me, hey, you've been sitting a little bit too long, you need to get up and get your steps in. So for that reason, I love the Fitbit ALTA. It does exactly what I needed to do. I wish I could customize how many steps I want to do in an hour, because my personal goal is to get 150 steps every single hour of the day. And the reason for that is because that is to guarantee within 12 hours I will have 10,000 steps, which is my goal every single day. And I do strive to get that goal every single day. So with the Fitbit ALTA, it just really helps me to achieve my goals. I'm able to wirelessly connect it with my phone just like I can any of the other trackers that I've had, and I have had all the other trackers. I've had the ALTA, the Flex, the Charge HR, and I think one other one, but I can't remember what it was. So I have had all of them, and I will have to say that by far the ALTA is my favorite one. And the reason being is that there are tons of pros to this tracker. There's only one con in my book. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the pros with you guys. So number one, it is that it does alert you every hour to walk such amount of steps, 250 steps. And when I do my 250, I also go above and beyond to make sure I've hit my 850. I do keep track every single hour of how many steps I'm supposed to have within the hour. The second thing that I love about this Fitbit tracker, and I'm sorry I'm not showing it a lot, it's just, it doesn't really show very well on camera. The other thing that I love about the tracker is that it actually has replaceable bands. You don't always have to have the same exact bands on your tracker. There are actually on the bottom little levers that you can pull to actually pull the band off of your tracker. So this side is off and now this side is off. So now you are left with just the tracker itself, and they make other brands. They have like aftermarket brands, and then they have, you know, the genuine Fitbit brands of little wristbands that you can use. So you can customize it, you can change up the colors, and for that reason, I love this. I always stick with black because it's such a classic color. I prefer to just have a black one on, but I have my eye on that blush pink one because that one's super cute. So the next pro that I have about this tracker is that it is so thin. It is not a thick band like the Charge HR, the Charge, or the Surge, or any of the other ones. It's a nice thin one, so I can use this every single day. I wear it with different outfits. I love being able to just be dressy and yet still be able to wear my Fitbit. That's really important to me. You know, like I have like an all day type of regimen I want to do. I want to make sure that even at dinner when I'm like hanging out and I'm wanting to be dressed up, I can still wear this and it go with my outfit and not look tacky with my clothes. I feel like this black one and the thickness that this is can be worn in a bunch of different ways. The other thing that I love about the Fitbit Alta is that it's actually a watch as well. So the very first screen actually shows the time, and I doubt it's going to pick up on camera. There's so many glares. But it actually shows the time, which I love, and what's really cool is all you have to do is go like this and the time comes up. Sometimes it does make you tap it if you've already had your arm up. It doesn't read the weight of your arm flipping, so sometimes, yeah, you have to tap it. But if you just go like this, it'll show you the time, and I love that. So I actually don't have to wear a watch. I'm a huge like watch lover. I love wearing watches, so sometimes I will wear a watch with it, but what's nice is I don't have to if I don't want to. So after I'm on the front screen, I click it and I end up getting the steps for the day, and it'll show me how many steps that I have walked that day. And right now I'm at a very low number. I should be much higher than I am today, but I do plan on going for a long walk tonight, so I'll be okay. So I'll get the steps, and this is something that you guys can make yourself. You guys get to make it say whatever you want. Okay, so it says the time, it says my steps, and then it'll say how many calories I have burned. I have not burned very much this hour, and that is actually all I have set for it to show. You can actually customize what you see on your watch. You can customize what you see when you flick your wrist to look at the time. You can customize it in a bunch of different ways to really make it work for you. So really for me, the main thing that I want to concentrate on for my goals is just how many steps that I have. So really that's the only thing I care to look at when I look at my watch. I keep the calories up there just kind of stay motivated, like wow, I burned that many calories today, that's awesome. It's really just to kind of feel good about what I've already done. So overall, those are all of my favorite things about the Fitbit Alta. The one negative thing that I have with the Fitbit Alta is that it does not do your heart rate. I love the Charge HR for that reason. I was able to have the heart rate monitor on either all day, or I could just turn it on at different times of the day. So I really wish that they made the Alta with that, but they did not, unfortunately. So that is my one con about this product. But I'm sure that one day they will be making a Fitbit heart rate watch that is this size. And when they do, I will definitely be getting that one. So without making this video too long, I just wanted to say that the Fitbit Alta is definitely a product that I think you guys will love. It is my favorite Fitbit watch. Just know I am in no way, shape, or form affiliated with them, sponsored by them. Fitbit is something that I just personally love. I will say, because this doesn't have the heart rate, everyone questions how I get that. Like, do I calculate my heart rate when I go to the gym? How do I calculate it? Do I think that the steps are accurate on the Fitbit Alta? I would have to say that I do believe that the steps are accurate on the Fitbit Alta. However, sometimes when I'm trying to get my 250 steps in, like let's say I only had, like yesterday, I had a moment where I only needed 3 steps. For whatever reason, it calculated like 40 before the little alert vibration said, okay, you're done. And it will give you a little vibration, and it will say, like, when you need to make the steps, it'll make a vibration, and it shows a little like message that says, you know, make sure that you take me for a walk, or take me for a walk, or only 20 steps to go, or whatever it may be. It'll always just give you a little alert if you haven't hit your goal yet. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't always perfectly count your steps, or at least it counts your steps, but it doesn't always tell you, okay, you're done in time. I feel like that's a little glitch that it has right now. It could just be my tracker, but I do feel like it is a minor glitch that this tracker has. Overall, it doesn't bother me though, because you know what? It may tell me I only have 3 more to go, and it may not alert me when I'm done until like 400 steps later, but that's fine. Guess what? I just did 400 steps, and it finally decided to, you know, buzz and vibrate and say I'm done. The other types of questions that I get on my Fitbits are if I shower with them. I do shower with my Fitbits. It is not advised that you do. In fact, on all of them it says don't shower with it. It says to keep it out of the shower. I personally shower with mine, and I've also swam with mine. I've never had any issues doing that. I'm sure it's not the greatest for the tracker. I'm not too sure, but I never have any problems with that. I hand wash my hands all the time with it on. I even hand wash the tracker. I'll put soap on it. I make sure it's nice and clean. And I've just never had any issues with it. It is like water, I don't know if I want to say water resistant. It's definitely not waterproof, but it's I think it says it's water resistant, but they just don't recommend that you use it in the water. I don't know, something like that. Overall, I love my FITBIT Alta, and I definitely like it the best out of any of them that are on the market. I'm sure everybody has their own opinion on them, but I will have to say that my FITBIT Alta is by far my favorite tracker that there is. So this video is not intended to go into too much detail. Like, I'm not here to show you how the Fitbit works, because I just feel like it's so self-explanatory that if you were to get your hands on the Fitbit, it is so easy. It is so easy to use, guys. I would recommend having a smartphone. That way you're able to kind of sync it with your phone at all times, which brings me to this. Another cool feature about the Fitbit Alta is, let's say someone texts you and you have your Bluetooth on your phone. If someone texts you, you'll get an alert on your Fitbit. If someone is calling you, you'll get an alert. I don't keep Bluetooth on my phone at all times because it just drains my battery, so I almost never have my Bluetooth on. So I think I pretty much went over all of my pros and cons and all of my thoughts on the Fitbit. Again, I don't want to go into technical stuff just because this video is not intended to teach you guys how to use the Fitbit. But if you guys do have any like technical questions or any questions at all, please leave them down below. I am happy to answer all of your questions. If you want me to give any more opinions or thoughts on what I think about it, definitely leave it down below and I will definitely do so. But that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. And I love getting new subscribers, so I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel. And also, if you are interested in keeping up with my daily life, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I always have all the links down below in my description, as well as floating somewhere on the screen at some point or another. So that is it. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care, everyone.